Hi everyone, welcome back to Eden TV. Today's really nice and warm, so spring's definitely here. Today we're going to talk about some climbing plants for spring. So things that are just starting to put on some nice green growth at the moment and are going to give you some nice flowers coming into the warmer months. So obviously around us we have the lovely Wisteria. So it's a deciduous climber. It obviously grows quite big. It usually flowers about late spring, but it's a little bit earlier this year because of the warm weather. But it's got these lovely pendulous flowers and they have a nice light fragrance. So really lovely. This is our pink one. You've probably seen it in purple. We also have white over here, which is just your plain white one. But yeah, still the same fragrance, same habit. It'll throw out some really lovely green growth at the moment as well. They're quite woody and quite big, so they really need a structure. If you've got something to climb them up, great for pergola, in your courtyard, over a roof. They're beautiful because they'll hang down. We have a really lovely one in our display garden here if you want to see quite an advanced one over a arch. So yeah, this one has quite a decent structure to it. It just really needs something to support it, otherwise it'll just fall over. Give them a good prune once they've finished flowering, and also during winter when they're just the stems, just to keep them in a nice shape. You don't want them getting too out of control because they will get quite big. So yeah, really lovely oriental plant that's going to give you some nice flowers and lush greenery, beautiful in through summer. So yeah, they're really good, but yeah, again, quite large, so just be careful. Another quite big one we'll have is our Bougainvillea. So these are a classic Mediterranean style plant, really tough and hardy. As with the Wisteria, they pretty much want full sun. Really tough guys. This is our beautiful pink one, so this got lovely flowers. It is able to be kept in a pot, just probably a very large pot, and it would need to be root pruned. So take it out, trim the roots, put some fresh mix in when it's getting quite big and sort of a bit unmanageable. But you can get dwarf varieties. Obviously they're going to be quite small to start with. So these are our Bambino Bougs, so they're a lot smaller. But they're going to get to about 1.5 meters compared to these guys, which will get quite large. So if you haven't got a lot of space, I'd recommend one of these. So they're putting on some nice green growth and the beautiful flowers that come in all different colors. But yeah, they will drop their leaves when it gets a bit cooler. But yeah, really nice hardy plant if you've got a really exposed site. So somewhere with a bit of wind and quite harsh sun. Another classic climber that you've probably seen in gardens, especially around the area here, sort of North Shore, is our star jasmine. So this is our Chinese star jasmine, really lush, hasn't quite put out flowers yet, it's just starting to put on some new growth, but those flowers will come through in about late spring to summer, and they are so fragrant, lovely creamy coloured flowers, and you get this really lush growth coming through. They can be trained onto a trellis like this, so this is a nice pyramid sort of cone shaped guy that's been trained since it was quite little to grow this big. But you can let it ramble on the ground, you can have it on a flat trellis, espalier, so against a wall. It's a really versatile one, and again really hardy, and they don't drop their leaves, so this will stay green all year round. I've got a smaller one here just to show you. Sometimes it's a bit of a concern, they get this sort of colors in the leaves, sort of orangey. This isn't a problem, this is just what happens when it gets a bit cold. So as you can see, you've got some nice new shoots coming through here that are perfectly fine and will just be plain green. So yeah, really good, nice lush growth that'll be coming through there. So don't let this worry you, it's just what happens when it gets a little bit cooler. And you can just keep it lightly trimmed, obviously to keep it nice and dense. If you just let it go, it might get a bit spindly, so yeah, just make sure you trim it every now and again, preferably before it flowers so you don't lose the flowers. So yeah, and probably after it's finished flowering. But yeah, really hardy one, can be kept in a pot, you can pop it in the ground, but yeah, probably just a nice large pot would be great. Our other jasmine is our Polyanthem Jasmine. So this one you're probably seeing at the moment. It's pretty much in full flower in gardens, but these little pink buds, they come out, you can see sort of it's more of a pinky flower, but they're really highly fragrant. So great one if you want to train up or have in a pot. Yeah, really easy to look after. They stay green all year round too, so you'll just get these lovely flowers going through the warmer months. So another one if you want something a bit scented. And one of my personal favourite deciduous climbers, this is the ornamental grapevine. So it doesn't actually produce grapes, but it has this lovely green foliage that it's throwing up at the moment, but it turns a beautiful red in the cooler months, and then obviously the leaves drop off. But just the colour change is really lovely. It'll give you that shade in the warmer months, and then once it loses its leaves, you'll get the nice winter sun. So great to have sort of up a courtyard on top of a trellis, really nice Mediterranean look. So that's a really, really good one, and really hardy as well. You don't have to do much to it. I'd probably just trim it every now and again to keep it sort of lush. But yeah, really nice hardy one. If you wanted something native to have as a climber, I would pick one of these guys. These are this is a Pandarea, so this is a native flowering vine. So you get these really lovely trumpet shaped flowers. You get them in pink, red, yellow, cream, any color you can think of really, and they're really long flowering, so they're going to come through in late spring, and they have a really lovely lush foliage which is going to stay there, so you don't have to worry about it dropping leaves, and that will go anywhere really. It can take quite a bit of shade, so if you've got a shadier spot, same with our Herbertia. So this has a lovely yellow flower and quite nice big leathery leaves, so great foliage. I have this in my front garden which gets quite a bit of shade during the day, so probably more than half a day, and it still flowers and it grows so well. So yeah, really great one if you don't have as much sun as you usually need for most flowering climbers. You can see it's nicely sort of putting up these shoots. These shoots are really great to train up things, so you can easily intertwine that to some trellis and it'll just grab on and it'll just take off. So you really don't have to do much to it at all, to be honest, just probably a little bit of a trim and a feed, but that's about it. You can keep them in pots, but probably just keep them nice and compact and trimmed. And probably one you might have heard Tim talking about in his edible talks is our climbing spinach. So if you want something edible that'll also give you some nice colour, this guy is definitely the one. He's just putting some new growth on at the top at the moment, but these are the beautiful little flowers it gets, and this spinach is nice and thick. You can just pick it straight off the plant, little bit thicker than your normal like baby spinach, but a really, really nice snacking spinach, and the flowers are really great. So yeah, great to train up a trellis. You can definitely keep this guy in a pot, probably stay a bit smaller than the ones that I've just shown you, but yeah, really great versatile little plant. So yeah, if you have any questions, come into the comments below, happy to answer them. But yeah, come and take a look. It's a really nice time of the year at the moment, not too hot, not too cold. So yeah, come and have a look at everything here and we can help you out. Thanks.